Are you filming?
Yes.
Come on.
All right, guys. So we're in Toronto. It's freaking 8:30 a.m. P has work, by the way, after. But hold on, let me clean the. Damn it. So there's a specific reason for this, and the reason is.
Oh, you kept the light on purpose? Oh, yeah. There's the photo or whatever?
So she copped the Yeezreels is what she's trying to say.
Yeah.
We had to go in store at 8:30 a.m. even though she has work at like 11 and ask her boss whatever. You see what I mean? Streets is hard. Streets is hard. Streets is cold out here.
Yeah, facts.
So Adidas confirmed messed it up because what they did was, instead of going with the size, well, she picked a 5.5, but because her account is female, it changed it to a 5.5 W. She only found out after she picked it, which kind of sucks because they didn't do that before. They literally just switched it, so she didn't know she was gonna get a smaller size.
Well, yeah, because I'm no stranger to these Yeezy releases, so it's never.
She's definitely not a stranger. She cops like every release. So that's why they gave her a 4.5 instead of the 5.5 men's US that she was trying to get, because that's her size actually.
Yeah, and every single Yeezy release, I've always gone for 5.5, so I know how these releases go, but this time they switched it up on the kid and I ended up with a smaller size. You're gonna see the first look of the Yeezreel Yeezy 350 V2 Glow Reflective.
Glow in the dark.
With,
every feature they can think of, they shoved it into this shoe. Yeah, and for the record, I like the glow in the dark. The
second iteration of the glow.
Yeah, second time Adidas has used glow in the dark in the 350 V2.
Yeah, so here it is. The midsole has that glow up. This is reflective, so on the prime knit, it's supposed to shine. The laces, they're actually kind of a little bit of a different green. So they're different color hits of green. They're not the same green all throughout, which I think is kind of cool. But here, so I'm excited to see how the midsole glows, but this is all reflective.
I like how you point out the boost when you said the midsole glows.
Oh, my bad. Just so you guys know, this is the inside, so it's a different color. God. So it's non-reflective. It is what it is.
Look at these pink dots, fam.
Ooh, are there pink dots?
Pink dots.
Damn, I didn't know that. Oh, orange.
Right, orange dots. Orange.
It's a little baby shoe.
All right, we're gonna do the on-foot review now. As you saw, we just came back from Adidas Queen in Toronto. P was able to secure the Adidas Yeezy 350 V2 Yeezreel in the ever so coveted limited reflective version. Now, I've been able to secure a pair of reflective Yeezy 350 V2s before, so I kind of had an idea of how the reflective versions look, but it's been a long time since I saw the reflective properties, and I gotta say they look great on this particular colorway. We'll get into all of that later, but first make sure to follow me on Instagram at Picsoleated, that's at PICSOLEATED, to keep up with the Pics fam and for more fire sneaker and streetwear content. The Adidas Yeezy Yeezreel Glow in the Dark Reflective released on Tuesday, December 17th, 2019 in limited quantities. I'm not sure how limited they are, but as with any reflective pair, they are far more limited than the non-reflective pair. Essentially, not many people were able to get these for that reason. So we are very fortunate that P was able to secure her pair via the Adidas Confirmed app. Now, unfortunately, due to the sizing mishap, they don't fit her the best, but she's still out here doing the on-feet for you guys. For the culture. I don't know if this is a permanent decision or just a temporary one, or if it just applies to reflective pairs from now on, but these Yeezys retailed for more than previous ones. I believe retail here in Canada was $330 or $335 Canadian before tax, versus it used to be $300 flat before tax. The price in the States has gone up too. I'm not sure why exactly. Did they just raise the price arbitrarily on us? I would hope not, but it seems to be that way, in which case it's getting increasingly difficult to justify paying even these retail prices for sneakers. As we all know, Adidas has decided to divert a lot of their attention and focus in 2019 towards Yeezys, and they weren't joking. The amount of Yeezys released this year has been unprecedented. I mean, we're a little more than 10 days away from a brand new decade and there are still a handful of Yeezys yet to be released? Why are you doing this to us, Adidas, and yourselves? Take a break. Give those Pistons a breather. It's been apparent in other ways that their focus was almost entirely on Yeezys this year. Why is it apparent? Because their original and collaborative sneaker lines have been noticeably lacking. I mean, look it, who decides to sell an all-white Ultra Boost on Black History Month? You can't be that disconnected. What did your designers take off that month? Even then, you don't have to be a designer to know that selling an all-white shoe during Black History Month is a bad idea. Or maybe we're just being too harsh. I mean, all white Air Forces 1s are hella popular shoe. I bet those wouldn't get criticized. But anyways, we're getting sidetracked here. As with any other reflective release, Adidas has a tendency to release these sneakers in twos. In other words, we get a non-reflective pair and a reflective pair, where the non-reflective pair always has way more stock and the reflective pair is way more limited. So not only does it look better, it's harder to get, and ultimately, if you want the better product, you might have to pay more in the aftermarket. Fortunately, these are still within range for those of you who are willing to pay resale, so if you want a pair, I've left a link in the description for you to go get yours. I suggest getting them now because they seem pretty limited when we went in store to get ours. Don't know how long stock will last. The difference between this pair and the more general release non-reflective pair is quite significant. Typically, it's just the reflective material, but in this case, the non-reflective pair also doesn't have the glow features that the reflective pair has. That's kind of a bummer because I really like the glow in the darks that released earlier in the year, but I like this combination of the black and neon on the upper of these much better. Would be nice to have those with glow features, even if it wasn't reflective. Now before we dig any deeper, let's quickly go over the materials. The Yeezy 350 V2 Yeezreel glow in the dark reflective. You know what, I'm just gonna call them reflective Yeezreels. Not unlike any other Yeezy 350 V2s, the reflective Yeezreels have an entirely prime knit upper. On this upper we get two contrasting hits of a neon sort of lime color with polarizing black stripes creating all sorts of asymmetrical designs on the upper. Then we have the ever so popular see-through stripe in that sort of orange tint, still blocked with Swiss cheese design layers on the front and just other material on the back. We have the signature cross stitch running from the front of the toe to the top of the tongue. The shoe has these laces that are a slightly different shade of green than the rest of the green on the shoe. It's kind of an evergreen versus the lime green. These are not reflective. The shoe has the reflective 3 stripes on the inside of the heel, and the insole of the shoe is white, which doesn't go with anything, but it is a nice contrast. We have the green pull tab on the back with orange dots to match the translucent stripe. This is starting to give me citrusy lemon juice vibes. Finally, we have the signature Yeezy Boost filled 350 midsole in the dark green color once again. Because this is the reflective pair, this midsole glows in the dark, and we may or may not demonstrate that for you. Okay, fine, we'll demonstrate it for you. When it comes to sizing, I personally didn't get to try on a pair, but P was able to fit a size 4.5 men's with the insole out, which is a full size down from her true size. But do not take that as confirmation for anything, because she said it still fits snug in the toes even with the insole out. My personal recommendation, knowing how previous Yeezys fit, I would recommend going true to size to half a size up. I typically go true to size on regular Yeezy 350 V2s and half a size up on the transparent stripe Yeezy 350 V2s. They just fit more snug for me for some reason. Although I've heard differing opinions on everything, it could be possible that not all Yeezys fit the same, even from the same production line. Could just be an inconsistency thing. When it comes to comfort, we all know this already, but Yeezys are very comfortable. The amount of boost in the midsole is insane. The shoe is extremely light due to its mainly prime knit construction. Not the most supportive upper, don't expect to feel good running in these or doing any sort of intense physical activity. In fact, I would highly recommend against it, but it's the best out there for casual sneakers. As I like to call them, these are perfect airplane shoes. They're kind of like slides because they're so breathable, but they'll also cover your entire foot at the same time and support you more than slides ever could. Neat little tidbit, it's also helpful to minimize the swelling your feet experience in a plane. Here is some footage of the glow-in-the-dark feature of the shoe. Keep in mind it's actually much stronger than what you see here. It's just because it was daytime and we couldn't find a really dark place to shoot this. We also had to constantly keep charging the glow with the light we had instead of walking around in the sun all day, so keep that in mind. Otherwise, the glow is very bright and strong when done properly. Now onto the reflective feature of the shoe. Once again, for whatever reason, it's so much easier to capture this reflective effect on your phone with flash constantly on than on my professional grade camera that cost me thousands of dollars, and even with a light pointing at the shoe from the same direction. I don't know why that is, but it happens, which is why you're getting this footage directly from my phone. If I'm being honest with you, I really like the Yeezy 350 V2s that are vibrant and have punchy colors, hence why the clay is my favorite colorway at the moment, and this comes pretty darn close, especially with the reflective and glow-in-the-dark features. If I'm going to be paying a premium price for sneakers, I want them to have these added features that just make them pop that much more. So shout out to Adidas for making these. Grab your pair before supply runs out, even if it's in the aftermarket. Go check the link in the description and get your pair. You never know when these things are going to be gone. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and notification bell for more content like this. That's it from me. I'll catch you all in the next one. Picsoleated is doing some reflecting.